Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into the tangled web of intrigue and high-stakes drama swirling around Willow Corinthos and her family. Prepare for an expansive breakdown of recent events, shocking theories, and thoughtful analysis of what's unraveling on General Hospital. The aftermath: Drew Cain's custody maneuvers in Shiloh's shadow. As rumors of Willow Corinthos' disappearance echo through Port Charles, the custody of Wiley and Amelia Corinthos emerges as a fierce battleground. In the wake of Willow's presumed tragic fate, both Nina Reeves and Carly Spencer find themselves desperately vying for guardianship of the vulnerable children. Their emotional debates, fraught with grief and suspicion, showcase the depths of their resolve and maternal affection. Drew Cain, who has recently secured a legal document granting him custodial rights in the event of Willow's demise, swiftly asserts his authority, leaving Nina and Carly stunned, outraged, and even more determined to uncover the truth behind Willow's vanishing. The emotional clash not only sparks new alliances but also sharpens old rivalries, as Carly's instincts kick in. She begins to suspect that Drew isn't the man he claims to be and that foul play may have been involved in the ill-fated flight. Viewers are left to wonder, did Drew orchestrate everything to gain complete control of Wiley and Amelia? But the plot thickens, subtext and hidden motives abound. What if Drew Cain is, in fact, not Drew at all, but Shiloh, the manipulative cult leader from Willow and Michael's haunted past? The idea electrifies fans, especially considering Shiloh's history of elaborate deception and his calculated ambition to dominate the Corinthos family for personal gain. The series expertly uses these suspicions to stoke the flames of tension and keep viewers guessing at every turn. The plane that didn't return. Mystery, suspense, and devastation. Rewinding to the pivotal moment, Willow's ill-fated journey home from Germany becomes the linchpin of the unfolding drama. Upon learning that Michael refuses to see her, Willow, emotionally fraught and vulnerable, contacts Drew for help arranging her return. Drew appears supportive, promising a swift trip back to her children and the comforts of home. However, the audience is privy to a sinister twist. After Willow's call, Drew places another, far more ominous call. He orders a contact to ensure Willow's plane never makes it back to Port Charles, by any means necessary. The sudden radio silence surrounding Willow's flight sends shockwaves rippling through Port Charles. As anxious hours turn to days, speculation grows, and the whispers of a possible crash become deafening. The emotional fallout is swift and devastating. Nina Reeves, Willow's mother, is inconsolable, while Drew, if he is indeed Shiloh in disguise, secretly celebrates the success of his machinations. The chilling contrast between public grief and secret satisfaction adds a haunting layer to the already suspenseful narrative. What follows is a masterclass in soap opera tension. The series deftly weaves ambiguity and doubt, inviting viewers to question every character's motives and every narrative thread. Is Willow truly lost forever, or has she narrowly survived, perhaps plotting her own return and reckoning? Clinic confrontations, Michael's refusal and Willow's heartbreak. We next find ourselves in the sterile corridors of a German clinic, the site of intense emotional confrontation. Willow, having traveled across continents to prevent Michael from pursuing full custody of their children, is met not with open arms but with cold rejection. Her aim is clear: to heal the rift between them, plead for understanding, and reunite as a family. She intends her surprise visit to be the catalyst for reconciliation. But the situation spirals downward when Michael, still reeling from his own traumas and stubbornly nursing his wounds, both physical and emotional, refuses to see her. The hospital staff, acting as intermediaries, inform Willow of Michael's decision and urge her to leave, amplifying her sense of isolation and heartbreak. This sequence not only ratchets up the emotional intensity but also offers rich ground for character analysis. Michael's reluctance to meet Willow can be interpreted in many ways: anger, betrayal, self-preservation, or even manipulation. Meanwhile, Willow's perseverance in the face of rejection showcases her fierce maternal devotion and the lengths she'll go to for her family. There's further intrigue as rumors swirl about a possible recast of Michael, hinting at an even deeper shakeup that could shift the entire power dynamic in the Corinthos saga. The uncertainty leaves viewers speculating about future plot twists, adding another layer of anticipation. The hidden chess game, Drew's secret identity and motives. At the center of this storm stands Drew Kane, a figure shrouded in suspicion and ambiguity. His recent request for Willow to sign over custody of Wiley and Amelia is seen in a new, more insidious light as events unfold. Drew's actions, once interpreted as protective, now appear calculated and self-serving, especially with whispers that he may actually be Shiloh, a manipulative mastermind with a vendetta against the Corinthos family. This dramatic possibility reinvents Drew's character arc, granting new meaning to his every word and gesture. If Shiloh has indeed assumed Drew's identity, his every move is not about saving Willow's children, but about seizing power, exerting control, and exacting revenge on those who wronged him in the past. The writers skillfully keep the audience on edge, playing with themes of trust, betrayal, and identity. Is Drew a conflicted surrogate father, or a villainous imposter? What steps will Nina, Carly, and others take to expose his true nature and protect Wiley and Amelia from a man with such a dark agenda? Willow's German gamble, hope, desperation, and sacrifice. Traveling back to the initial spark of this explosive storyline, Willow's decision to journey to Germany is laced with hope, desperation, and sacrifice. Her motivation, to stop Michael from tearing their family apart with a devastating custody battle. Leaving her children behind, even temporarily, is a testament to her conviction and courage. But her trip is more than a desperate plea for peace. It is an act of selflessness, rooted in the hope that she can heal Michael's emotional wounds and reunite their family. Yet, lurking beneath her good intentions is the ever-present threat posed by Drew/Shiloh, who sees Willow's absence as the opportunity he needs to execute his plan for total control of the Corinthos children. The narrative thus transforms Willow's act of sacrifice into a tragic case of unintended consequences, a classic theme in the General Hospital universe. Her willingness to risk everything for love and family triggers a domino effect, setting off a cascade of betrayal, disappearance, and heartbreak. Conclusion: what lies ahead for Willow, Michael, and the Corinthos clan? The current arc marks one of the most riveting, multi-layered storylines in recent General Hospital memory. With Willow presumed dead, Michael isolated, Nina and Carly fighting for family, and Drew/possibly Shiloh plotting from the shadows, the stage is set for explosive revelations, emotional showdowns, and shocking twists. Could Willow return, having survived against all odds? Will the truth about Drew's identity come to light, or will he succeed in his sinister goals? Will Nina and Carly put aside their differences to protect Wiley and Amelia, or will internal strife play right into the hands of their enemies? Next, we're diving deep into the heart of Port Charles with a story full of hidden pasts, emotional upheavals, and game-changing secrets that could upend the lives of some of our favorite characters. Strap in, because the paths of Harrison Chase, Brook Lynn, Lois Cerullo, and Giovanni Gio Palmieri are about to converge in a dramatic fashion, sending shockwaves through the Quartermain clan and the wider General Hospital community. The looming consequences of secrets revealed. Let's begin with the ever-watchful Lois Cerullo, who currently stands as the linchpin holding back a tidal wave of revelation. Lois is more than just a protective mother, she's become a fortress, shouldering the immense burden of a secret that could decimate the delicate balance of trust in her family. The anxiety gnawing at her is palpable every family gathering. Every casual glance between Brook Lynn and Gio is a stark reminder of what's at stake. The thread of the truth slipping through her grasp feels constant, and Lois finds herself haunted by the possibility that, once revealed, this long-buried secret could irreparably fracture not only her relationship with Brook Lynn but also ripple out to affect the entire Quartermain legacy. From a psychological perspective, Lois's inner conflict is complex. She's fighting a dual battle, protecting her daughter's emotional well-being, while also weighing the ethical dilemma of keeping such a significant secret. The tension is almost cinematic. Every hesitation, every anxious sigh speaks volumes about the internal war raging within her. She is the unsung hero and potential scapegoat in this saga, making her storyline ripe with dramatic potential. The secret son in the spotlight. Just beneath the surface, a truth pulses with the power to change everything. Giovanni Gio Palmieri, a prodigious young violinist recently making waves across Port Charles, is none other than Brook Lynn's biological son. Only Lois knows this, and as each day passes, the secret grows more explosive. Gio, blissfully unaware of his true parentage, radiates a quiet charisma that endears him to all who meet him, including, faithfully, Brook Lynn herself. The irony is rich. Brook Lynn and Chase have already become enamored with Joe's talent and charm, unknowingly developing a bond with Brook Lynn's lost child. This creates a layer of dramatic irony that keeps viewers glued to their screens. From an analytical standpoint, the writers have set the stage for a spectacular convergence of paths, a reunion that neither mother nor son could have seen coming. Should the truth surface, Joe's world would be turned upside down, with questions of identity, belonging, and betrayal dominating his emotional landscape. The reunification could also create unexpected partnerships, as various Port Charles residents rally around the fallout, divided between empathy, confusion, and outrage. Adoption, hopes high, but hurdles higher. Shifting our focus now to the embattled couple at the story's heart, Harrison Chase and Brook Lynn Quartermain. Their commitment to each other is unwavering, but the journey they've embarked upon is fraught with complications: emotional, psychological, and legal. The couple's decision to pursue adoption after learning Chase is sterile is both a testament to their love and a breeding ground for a host of new dilemmas. Imagine, for a moment, the sheer magnitude of paperwork, interviews, background checks, and home studies they must endure. The realism of the adoption process is gritty. It's a gauntlet that tests even the most stalwart of relationships. Every form they fill, every question they answer, is a chance for old wounds to reopen and new anxieties to bloom. For Brook Lynn, each step is a painful echo of the choice she made years ago, casting shadows over what should be a hopeful new chapter. Delving deeper, it's clear that adoption is about more than simply becoming parents. It's a crucible that exposes hidden fractures and vulnerabilities. Brook Lynn, in particular, is battling her inner demons, the lingering grief of having surrendered a child, the guilt that gnaws at her, the fear that happiness is just out of reach. Chase, ever sensitive and supportive, senses that something is amiss, but is left grasping at shadows, unable to comprehend the full trauma his wife is suffering. This dynamic enriches their relationship, presenting opportunities for both conflict and growth. Brook Lynn's haunted heart and the search for redemption. Now, let's zoom in on Brook Lynn herself, a woman torn between the longing for a new beginning and the heavy chains of her unresolved past. The mere mention of adoption acts as a trigger, unearthing memories of the child she gave up, memories she has fought for years to suppress. Visions of the son she relinquished pierce through her defenses, and with each encounter with Gio, the ache intensifies. Brook Lynn is not simply a woman who made a difficult choice, she is emblematic of the struggle for redemption and self-forgiveness. Her journey is as much about coming to terms with her own decisions as it is about building a future family. In a community like Port Charles, where secrets rarely stay buried for long, Brook Lynn's internal struggle is magnified under the spotlight. The question isn't just whether she'll find happiness, but whether she can ever truly make peace with herself. Analyzing her motives, it's clear that guilt is only one piece of the puzzle. Part of her may be desperate for a second chance, while another part fears that real happiness is a luxury she can't afford. This internal tug-of-war is what makes her story resonate. It's raw, relatable, and endlessly compelling. The Quartermain family tensions and community fallout. No story in Port Charles is ever just about two people. The ripples of the adoption and secret son storylines promise to impact the sprawling Quartermain family and their circle. If the truth about Gio spills out, the fallout could ignite old rivalries, force characters to address long-avoided traumas, and shake Port Charles to its core. Dante Falconeri, for instance, might find himself caught in the crossfire, having to choose between loyalty and justice as family dynamics shift on unstable ground. The social landscape of Port Charles is primed for upheaval. Alliances could shift overnight as secrets are weaponized, relationships recalibrated, and the meaning of family tested anew. This is more than just a family drama, it's a microcosm of how communities respond to scandal, forgiveness, and the search for truth. Final thoughts, a tangle of hearts and secrets. In conclusion, the current arc involving Harrison Chase, Brook Lynn, Lois Cerullo, and Gio is a masterclass in slow-burn storytelling, rich with psychological depth and interwoven destinies. From the pressures weighing on Lois to the hidden agony of Brook Lynn, the unfolding drama holds a mirror to the complexities of love, loyalty, and forgiveness. Port Charles fans are right to expect an emotional roller coaster in the weeks ahead. With each revelation, new wounds will open, but perhaps healing is also on the horizon. Will Brook Lynn find the courage to confront her past? Can Lois continue to shield her loved ones from devastating truths? And what will become of Gio as he learns where his true roots lie? Next, we will dive deep into the riveting and often unpredictable saga of Sonny, Corinthos and Carly Spencer. A story that has captivated General Hospital fans for years, and which now appears to be entering an even more complex and emotionally charged chapter. Let's journey together through the tangled threads of their recent lives, explore the dangerous new challenges on the horizon, and analyze the possibilities of their ever-complicated romantic connection. The tumultuous aftermath, shadows in the hospital. We begin with the immediate aftermath of Sonny's heart surgery, a moment when tension thickens and new threats lurk in the shadows. While Sonny rests, recovering from a grueling and risky procedure, a hospital, usually a place of healing and respite, transforms into a battleground. The GH previews have shown a shadowy figure slipping into Sonny's hospital room, their intentions clearly sinister. This could be the work of Jen Sidwell, a name now synonymous with duplicity and cunning. Sidwell, having gotten wind of Sonny's operation through leaking channels, might be orchestrating yet another attack, weaponizing Sonny's vulnerability for personal gain. Natalia Ramirez, a surprising new ally, has stepped into the fray. Though her loyalty and motives were initially unclear, her actions reveal a steadfast determination to protect Sonny at all costs. She monitors his room, wards off suspicious visitors, and even takes charge during crises. Fans have speculated whether Natalia might develop a significance rivaling that of longtime cast members, perhaps even finding a place for herself within Sonny's tight-knit inner circle. Her medical expertise and street smarts make her a powerful foil for Sidwell's machinations. But what's most compelling is the air of suspense. Will Sonny's enemies finally succeed in what they've failed at countless times before? Or will Natalia and the ever-vigilant Carly be able to thwart this latest threat before tragedy strikes? Facing life and death trials together. The days following Sonny's surgery are marked by anxiety, hope, and the gravity of what it means to face mortality. Carly, having learned of the seriousness of Sonny's condition, is a constant presence at his side. Her commitment goes beyond the expected bounds of friendship or even former lovers. She becomes his advocate, caregiver, and confidant. The depth of her support reveals how their bond, once forged in fire and chaos, has calcified into something nearly unbreakable. More than just Sonny's recovery is at stake. Loved ones, Michael, Jocelyn, Dante, and even those with complicated histories like Ava Jerome, watch and wait, their futures intertwined with the outcome. The hospital corridors are abuzz with speculation. What would life in Port Charles be without Sonny? Carly, ever the strategist, organizes rotations for loved ones to visit, coordinates with medical staff, and even challenges hospital protocols when she feels Sonny's best interests may be compromised. She finds herself reflecting on the shared traumas and triumphs that knit her destiny so tightly to Sonny's, a realization that reignites long-dormant feelings of love and loyalty. Carly's high-stakes mission of protection. Carly's resolve is put to the test as threats mount not just against Sonny, but against everyone they care about. The repercussions of Sonny's potential loss ripple outward. His absence would leave a leadership vacuum in Port Charles's criminal underworld, imperiling countless residents. Carly understands this more intimately than anyone, and she's determined to shield him from all harm, physical, emotional, or political. In this charged atmosphere, fans are treated to flashbacks of previous brushes with danger, with poignant reminders of what's at stake. We see Carly confronting Sidwell directly, her voice unwavering as she extracts promises of non-interference. She also consults with Jason Morgan, their old ally, in secret meetings late at night at Kelly's diner. Jason's advice is simple yet profound: trust no one, and keep your friends even closer. Meanwhile, mysterious phone calls and anonymous threats keep everyone on edge. Carly hires private security and forges unlikely alliances with former rivals. At the same time, she becomes increasingly suspicious of those closest to Sonny, questioning their true motives and past allegiances. The Brennan factor, a catalyst for change. As if the drama weren't already at a fever pitch, Jack Brennan emerges as a wildcard. His recent actions, recruiting Jocelyn Jacks behind Carly's back and keeping secrets about her involvement in a fatal altercation with Cyrus Renault, light a fuse beneath Carly's patience. The trust between Carly and Brennan is irrevocably shattered.